All right, the connection has been made on the UMA guest line with the 46th mayor of the city and county of San Francisco, Mayor Daniel Lurie, who's hosting a Super Bowl for the next year. He's hosting an NBA All-Star game. He's got a lot going on, so we appreciate his time. Mayor Lurie, welcome to the Murph and Markus show. I don't think, despite our social media connection, Mayor Lurie, we never had you on before. So good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning, you two. Murph, it has been a while. I was on Radio Row with you in the past, but it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. I hope all is well.
That's my bad. I do remember that. And it all started with Tipping Point. In fact, let's start there. About Tipping Point and Ronnie Lott and Jed York. That's where you really kind of got into the community, didn't you?
I started that in 2005 with Ronnie. And yes, Jed is on the board. I'm not on the board anymore. I had to step down when I started running for mayor, but Tipping Point is still doing incredible work. I ran the Super Bowl 50 host committee, which is now turned into the Bay Area host committee run by Zaylene, who is a rock star. And as you mentioned, we got not only the NBA All-Star game this weekend, we got Super Bowl 60. We have 6 World Cup matches next year. It's a good time to be in San Francisco and the Bay Area.
It is. We just had Adam Silver on right before you because we book only VIPs.
I was listening.
Good man. So do you guys get together? I mean, is there anything to do at Chase Center other than to admire it? I mean, it's a smash success. It's a home run. I mean, I know they wanted to open a park that was a little bit delayed. What's the city and county of San Francisco's view of Chase Center and Thrive City?
It's incredible. I think COVID put a damper on some openings, but now it seems to be fully built out with all sorts of great restaurants. We got an entertainment zone there now. But the NBA All-Star Game is not just about Chase. We got stuff at Pier 48. I'm sitting here at City Hall in the office looking at something being built right here at Civic Center. We got NBA Alley up and down Powell Street for fans that they can start going to Thursday through Sunday. So anyone and everyone, no matter if you have a ticket, can be part of this incredible weekend.
Yeah, and then you look at all the options, not only inside the stadium, but also at Thrive Center, or Thrive City, I should say. You mentioned the new Splash Bar opening up, but I also wanted to ask you about the public drinking zone outside of Thrive City. The second one, I now believe, in the city of San Francisco. So just tell us about that.
No, I mean, listen, it's worked down in downtown. We have a street that you can drink at outside of Harrington's. And now we're opening up some more of those. And yes, you're going to be able to have a cocktail. It sounds like, Markus, maybe you and I should go have a beer or two down there this weekend.
I'll see you at Thrive City.
You better watch out, Mayor Lurie. He can throw him back, this kid.
Oh, well then maybe I'll just have one with you.
Sounds like a plan.
No, honestly, we joke about it, but it's like a serious thing for the business owners, right? Like that you're making Thrive City, you guys call it an entertainment zone is the nice fancy phrasing, but it means it's a little bit more like New Orleans. And I imagine, I think Mayor Lurie, in fairness, is sort of getting into a little bit of the hard-hitting part about like a business-friendly environment, right? San Francisco has been accused of not being business-friendly. Would making Thrive City an entertainment zone kind of pleases the business owner, right?
Absolutely. And it's something that we need to be aware of, and it's something that I not only campaigned on, that I'm running on. I'm saying San Francisco is open for business again. We have to make life easier for our restaurants and our bars and our nightlife. We have to make life easier because they are working their tails off, and it's what drives our city. Our small businesses are the best. Our restaurants, we're known the world over for our food, and yet we make it so hard on our small business owners. So I'm committed to making life easier, making permitting easier, reducing fees and the taxes on our small businesses. And the city, we all voted to reduce taxes on businesses making up to $5 million. And so we're on our way, Murph and Markus. We have to make San Francisco open for business again, and I'm committed to it. And the entertainment zone makes things more accessible for fans and people to just come hang out, go get some food, and have a beer outside. It makes sense, and especially at a place like Thrive City.
Absolutely. And I think with the addition of Chase Center and also Thrive City, it's kind of changed the way that the neighborhood of Dogpatch feels. And we've also seen how the neighborhood of Mission Bay has changed with Oracle Park. So talk to us about the importance of these stadiums here in San Francisco and the continued development of the city of San Francisco.
It's crucial. It's crucial. And then we also have Bay FC opening their training facility on Treasure Island. Listen, we were all around in 2000 when the ballpark opened. I believe it was 2000, and yeah, it's taken off down there. And now you got Visa opening up their campus, and the Giants development is taking off across that bridge. The Dogpatch is on fire right now. Then you got Pier 70. You got that Restoration Hardware. You got Y Combinator down there. You got lots of activity, and next comes Candlestick Point. And what do we do out there? And there's 7,200 units of housing slated to be built out there. I want more. I want more units of housing. So we're going to look at how we can build more housing. We have to be able to have our teachers and our nurses and our firefighters be able to afford to live in San Francisco. So we have to get more housing built. The southeast part of San Francisco is a great place to build housing at scale. And these developments, these sports teams, not only do they unite us, but they spur economic activity, as both of these stadiums have done.
Mayor Daniel Lurie, a few more minutes here, taking time out of his welcoming of the NBA to All-Star Weekend. We talked about that with the events on Powell Street and Thrive City, and also, as he mentioned, Pier 48. Also stuff in our sister city of Oakland across the bay, too. Mayor Lurie, man, I'm just going to throw an absolute smoke bomb into this interview here, and I don't know if Stacy will be happy with this. So you're friends with Jed York, right? And I was seeing how this is crazy. I can't believe I'm asking this, but the mayor. I mean, Washington.
Murph, you can stop right there if you want.
What I'm saying is the Washington Commanders have actually opened the door to returning to the District of Columbia, where RFK Stadium was. I know Levi's is brand new and it's shiny and they love it and everything. I'm just saying, if you really want to, I'll join your task force. Bring the Niners back to San Francisco, down third, past Oracle and Chase. I think we can do it, Mayor Lurie. What do you think?
Wait, you cut out there. I didn't hear you for a second.
Right. Smooth.
Murph.
Yes.
It's what's amazing to me is how often I get asked this question. Wow. So you are not throwing a smoke bomb. I can handle it. Listen, there's always that dream. There always has to be an open door. Now, they're in contract down there for 15, 20 years, something to that effect.
All right.
But listen, here's what I do know. I know the Niners are committed to San Francisco. They're committed in different ways. So I will find any and all possibilities to make sure that we keep the Niners as a San Francisco team. And maybe we'll start that task force together.
I'm around, buddy. 15 to 20 years. I hope to be still kicking, doing nothing. Last few minutes here with Mayor Daniel Lurie on the Murph and Markus show. Markus.
Yeah, and Daniel, I was going to say, regardless if we're talking about the city of San Francisco or Santa Clara, I think most people in the Bay Area recognize how lucky we are to live in the Bay Area. But nationally, there is a perception, especially when it comes to free agents coming to this town to live here and to play in this city. So as a mayor of San Francisco, what would your sales pitch be to free agents to come play here in the Bay Area?
We're the greatest city in the world when we're at our best. And right now we aren't there. We all know this. And that's why I talk every single day. You do all I talk about is public safety, the behavioral health crisis. We have to have both of those under control. We have to make sure that we fully staff our police department so we have officers walking the beat in neighborhoods. We have to get people off the street that are openly using into treatment. We have to make it safe for our families. I was just driving through the Mission right now. There's bus stops full of families, and right around the corner in alleys, there are still people openly using at 8:20 in the morning. It's not okay. And so all I can tell you as mayor of San Francisco is I'm not happy. We are going to continue to push. But here's what I will say. There's a lot of green shoots in San Francisco. We do have businesses coming back. We just pulled off the J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference that pulled in $100 million. We're going to have the Lunar New Year Parade with 3, 4, 500,000 people this weekend on the same night as the dunk contest and the three-point contest. We're going to be the center of attention for the world this weekend. And then we got Super Bowl. This is a great American city. We have been down, but we are on the rise, and there's nothing and no city that is better than San Francisco when we're at our best, and we will get there very soon.
You're right. There are. I mean, yeah, of course we know the tough spots. We do. It's not breaking news. It's the most glorious, beautiful place in so many other places, even today when we say we're not right. So, I mean, we just got to change.
Yes.
You and me, and
Murph.
we got to join hands and just bring back our
Murph.
rep. Yes.
It is the narrative that is out there, but we are the home of AI. We're the home of biotech. We're the home of innovation in our arts and culture scene, and no one can beat our restaurant scene. No one. I'm just convinced that we are on the move. We are on the rise again, and you never bet against San Francisco.
No. What's the darn flag? The darn flag of the city is the phoenix rising from the ashes from 1906. Yes. This is where I brag about my bona fides here, Daniel. Not does the family go back to the 1800s, the Irish immigrants, but my grandma was 2 days old, born at 22nd and Treat. She was born April 16, 1906. 2 days later.
Oh, my goodness.
2 days later.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 2 days later. And so they had to get... But anyway, the point is that the phoenix rose from the ashes from the 06 quake. We've been through this before. It was not a man-made crisis. It was a natural crisis, but we've done it before. We can do it again.
We will do it again, Murph. Like, I am fired up. I mean, look, the Warriors, we weren't so sure. Now we got hope.
Jimmy
They're
Butler
playing together. We got the, what do you call them, the odd couple?
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you that, first up, that's why I'm on your show. I love sports. I think it brings us together. I think music brings us together. But we also, as San Franciscans, and I'll count you in there, Murph, even though I know you live out in Marin, we will together. I'm tired of those people outside of San Francisco defining us. Mm-hmm. We are going to define San Francisco's future, and when we come together, there's nothing that can't stop us.
I love it, man. Jimmy Butler. And by the way, shout out after the hard question about moving the Niners back to San Francisco. The easy one is how about that Barry Bonds day? Tell us about that. I mean, that's a guy, what's interesting about him, Mayor Lurie, is that, the rest of the country hates him. We love him. It's like he shows up at Giants games. People can't stop chanting his name, and you decided to honor him at City Hall.
Yeah, 2-5 after, we did 2-4 last year for the greatest of all time, Willie Mays. It was wild to have him in this office. I asked him how his workout routine, Murph. I have to be honest. The dude, that man is 60 years old, and I bet you he could out-hit some players in the league today.
Oh,
and
no question. Yeah.
He started talking about his workout routine back in the day with Jerry Rice and Roger Craig, and how it came from actually the first person that got him going and that they kind of learned from was Walter Payton.
Oh, geez.
And so it was a pretty eye-opening time. John Miller was also in the office, so we had two legends in the house here in City Hall, and it was fun. And yes, walking into the ballpark with that man, I'm sure is pretty special.
Will we see the mayor at a couple ball games this year?
Absolutely, okay. Absolutely. I may or may not be throwing out that first pitch on
all right.
Day.
All right.
I did
so
it.
My 10-year-old Sawyer and I are starting to warm up already.
Just do it. I did it once in 06. It was a really weird thing where KNBR had this spot and nobody would do it, and they called me. And of course, you're nervous, right? But here's the deal: you just got the movie the movie For Love of the Game. Kevin Costner said his phrase:
yes.
"Clear the mechanism." Clear the mechanism. So what you're going to do is you're going to go out there, you're going to clear the mechanism, and then just throw. That's it.
Well, I hope I'll see you out there. We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll be there. Come on.
But,
we're inviting you to come to. We do our live show from the public house, or now it's called 58 Social, and the fans are there. They'll come in and just say hi and wish the Giants luck.
I'll do that. My son Sawyer and I got on with Marty Lurie during the campaign.
Well,
we
that's
did
a
a
Lurie
little
thing.
segment.
Yes, that's a Lurie thing.
The
yes.
Lurie thing. The Lurie thing. So maybe I'll bring my son with me too.
Mayor, you're so good on the radio. We got people calling for like a regular hit. You wanted to be like sponsored by Amici's or something and come on? Is that, you know?
I would love to do that. I'm in anytime you will have me. I love talking. We haven't even talked sports. We haven't talked Niners.
Well, a little bit.
Devo.
I tried to get the Niners here.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler.
That's business.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
How about Jimmy Butler? I think fresh energy. Steph playing happy, free, and loose is what I'd like to see. Mike Dunleavy making that trade. I'm really happy about. I want to know how we're going to handle Brock's contract.
Yeah. What do you think?
Debo going away.
Well, give us your take. Yeah. I mean,
I think we need an offensive line.
Yeah.
I think Trent's getting old, and he's still the best at his position. But
O-line, yeah.
we need O-line.
Are you paying Brock top of the market? I compared it to San Francisco real estate. How did you pay so much for that small cottage in Bernal Heights? You're like, well, I wanted to live in San Francisco. So you paying Brock Purdy top of the market?
I think if he could give a little bit so we can get him some protection, because when he has time, he's as good as anybody. But, when he gets flushed out, I don't want him running. I want him sitting back and being able to run that Shanahan offense.
Okay,
but that means an offensive line that can protect him.
You were listening this morning. Mm-hmm. That was my number one priority.
That's it. And we've hit football, basketball.
Okay, so look at that. See, maybe I'll just come on for my sports page.
Just call. Just be a caller.
Yeah, and maybe we need to save these takes to opening day down at 58 Social, but I got to get your take on Buster Posey taking over the organization and what it means for the organization and also for the city of San Francisco.
Genius. Perfect. Love it. Pitching, defense, he understands it. And what better representative to go out and get ball players? It sounds like he did well with a couple of our free agents, and having somebody that knows the city, knows the organization, Hall of Famer, 3-time World Series champion. I mean, come on. I thought it was a great move by the Giants, and really, I think it puts them on a path. But we still got to compete with these Dodgers.
And all you got to do, you met Greg Johnson. You know Greg Johnson, the Giants' main guy?
I met with him a couple weeks ago.
Give him a little nudge. Give him a little nudge. Tell him loosen it up a little bit. Tell him what Joe Lacob's doing down here. Joe Lacob's he tightened the purse strings. Mayor Lurie. We're going to talk sports. We're going to talk sports here now. He reduced the payroll, and that's you know.
Well, what do you do? But what do you do when you have a team that is spending?
I know
we could loosen it, and it's like 3 or 4x. But we got to get back to draft.
But he wants to excite the fan base, though. Like he wants to fill the ballpark, right? That's how we get money. And so you excite the fan base by making a couple. Like he signed Adames, and it was awesome. Then they turned out the lights. Then they're like, "That's it, we're done." We're like, "Wait, what?" I mean, they could have got Christian Walker, Paul Goldschmidt. There's a couple guys out there. At first base remains a little bit of a. You, me and Marcus should go get a beer for a dig and talk about first base. Bryce Eldridge is on his way up, but.
I didn't know Paul Goldschmidt. I haven't been able to pay that. I would get that guy just so he doesn't hit against us.
Exactly. Yeah. See, you know what you're talking about.
Knowledge.
Mayor Lurie, I'm sure Stacey Slaughter's like, get off the phone. You have to do this
and get back to work.
Yeah, I know, but
we gotta get back to work.
You have a very, very, very,
so
very
fun.
You have Stacey's the best. So you did some good advisors there. Like you,
she's good.
Stacey Slaughter is the real deal. So good job,
Murph. You know this about me. I'm a huge, huge sports fan. I've been getting out to high school basketball games. I went to the Dons game. They beat St. Mary's last week at home. That was fun. I will come on all the time and talk about sports because it's vital to our city. And I love listening to you, too, when I get the chance. So it's an honor to be on with you. Thanks for having me on.
Mayor Lurie, home run, buddy. Thanks for the time. Have a great week this week, NBA All-Star Week. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Mayor Lurie, KNBR 104.5 and 680. That was sponsored by U.S. Air Force. Start your journey today. Visit airforce.com or call 1-800-423-USAF on the Sports Leader.